Hi, in the last lecture, we got a tiny bit of overview of the PERT module, like how to make a PERT. Today, we'll make a more detailed overview of the PERT module and try to use some popularly used functions here. First, let's make a PERT a cube. We can, when we make a PERT, we can see it in the tree, model tree. We can also see it from the PERT manager. Right now, we don't have any PERTs, so we cannot see anything. We can start making a PERT from the create PERT, or we can right click here and do create options. So it will start for the PERT name, the modeling space, the type, and the shape, and what type of the base feature, and approximate size. So we will keep it like this and continue. And it takes us to the sketch. We just make a sketch, let's say a rectangle, and give it some dimensions. As it will be cube, let's say it's 20. And this will also be 20. Now, how it's a 2D rectangle here, and we can just make an extrusion. We don't have anything else to make a dimension, and the sketch, the section for the solid extrusion is done. The basic sketch is done, so we just can click done, and the depth will be also 20. We can do it like this, so it will make the cube. So 20, 20, 20 cube. Now, what to do if we want to change the thickness? We can do it by changing the extrusion thickness. You can see that in the PERT model tree, in the PERT section, there is a PERT 1, and it has feature, and it has a solid extrude feature under which there was the section. So basically, from the section sketch, we have done a solid extrusion, which is a feature, and it's a PERT, and it named it PERT 1. If you can remember that when we start making the PERT, it named it PERT 1. So if we want to change the thickness, we just right click and edit the feature, and we can change the depth. If we give 25 and apply, you can see that it will be changed. And if we change again and apply, it will go back to the normal. Or we can, what we can do, that there is a sketch, the basic sketch that we have just drawn. We can just right click and edit. It will take us to the sketcher again, and we can just make modifications to the sketch. Now, how do we cut a hole through the cube? We can do it in multiple ways. We can edit the sketch. ABAQUS will intuitively know that I want to see a hole in the cube, or we can do it by using the cut extrude feature. So let's do it in the first way. We can create a circle here. Doesn't matter the dimension at this point. Let's say the positioning and the radius doesn't matter. If we click done, yes, it hasn't regenerated yet. If we do regenerate, right click regenerate, it will show the changes that I have just made. You can see that it's a through hole. We can see it from various directions. Now, we have just edited the sketch. We haven't actually done any cut extrude. We can also do it by cut extrude. If we want to do it, it will ask me to select a plane. Let's say we do it on the same face, and it is asking me to select an edge or axis that will appear vertical and on the right. So if I select this, it will take me to the sketcher again, while the existing PERT is on my perspective. So let's see, I do a cut extrude like this, a smaller one. If I do done, it's asking me the direction. I can change it from here, and I can select the type. Through all means it will go through all the PERT. And it can be up to a particular face, or it can be blind. When I select blind, it will be up to a particular depth. Let's say I want halfway through, so it will be 10. And if I select OK and select this perspective, you can see that this one is a through hole, but this one is not, because it's halfway through. Let me correct the perspective again. And now, what if we don't want sharp edges? You can see that it's a cube, right? Let's say we want fillet or rounds here. We can use round or fillet. It's asking me to select the edges to round or fillet. Let's say it's these two. I have to select it while pressing the shift key. Done. It's asking me for radius. Let's say it's 0.3. You can see that the fillet is created. Done. Now, what if I want just one part, but want to partition this particular part so that I can assign multiple material properties to the different portions? Well, we can do it by creating partitions. And there are several tools available for doing it. Let's do it by creating a datum plane. You can see that these commands are related to partitions. And this portion is for creating datum plane or axis. This one is for partitioning cell, create partition, and this one is for datum, creating datum plane or axis. Let's create a datum plane. When you hold your mouse over here, you can see that it's create datum plane offset from principal plane. So let's click it. It's asking me like principal plane from which to offset. So as I want to slice it like this, it will definitely be XY plane. So I click XY plane. Now, how much offset it would be? Let's say in halfway. So I would enter 10, and you can see that it has created a datum plane. Now, if I want to make a partition, create partition, let's say it's a cell, and use datum plane, it's asking me to select a datum plane. I have just one, so I click this, and it's showing partition definition is complete. Now, if I click create partition, you can see that there are two partitions in my part. One is left side, one is right side. Previously, when I was hovering my mouse on here, it would select the whole part. Now it will not. It will create, it will select different partitions. It will highlight different partitions. What else can we do in this part module? There are several other things, like we can stitch different portions. If we have gaps, we can remove faces, and we can do geometry edit and much more from this section. And we can do several other things. If I do a prolonged click or click and hold, we can do like revolve cut or sweep cut if we want to cut through a particular path, or if we want to do a loft, or if we want to make a circular hole. So definitely ABAQUS will walk you through the steps, and it will be very intuitive. And in this portion, there will be like feature, there will be several functionalities regarding features, like editing and deleting. And there will be other functionalities regarding different ways to make partitions. I have just shown the most simplistic one, and various ways to create datum axes or planes so that it will facilitate making partitions easily. So there are several functionalities in the PERT module. I hope now you have the overall idea on how to use the functionalities of the PERT module, like extrude, cut extrude, and partitioning. See you in the next lecture. Thanks.